Hi, this is Patty from Homemakers Daily with another update on how I'm using my DIY fish life mapping inserts. I apologize for the sound going in and out and a few shadows. I'm still learning how to do videos, so I hopefully will get better. But in the meantime, last time I did a video, we ended here with Friday, and when I started the day, I did not have a plan for the day. And I've recently realized that my Thursdays are so busy that on Fridays I don't always know what I want to do or if I want to do anything. And so I think that's why I don't get my planning done. At any rate, on this day, you'll notice I have these circles next to my tasks. What that means is that these items were not planned ahead. I just wrote down what I did. I like to have a record of what I do in case I need to see if or when I did something. Plus, it's nice to look and see that I actually did accomplish anything, even if there weren't any little squares to check off. So that's what I did. I also wanted to show you how on my notes page, I divide my items with lines. Now, the reason I do this is because I frequently look back to see when I did something or to note it in my table of contents. And I hate looking at a whole page of words without any breaks. It's overwhelming to me. So when I break them up with the line, it makes it easier for me to find it. A lot of times I'll remember, oh yeah, it was at the top or the bottom of the page. And it makes it easier on my eyes, and then I don't have to dig as much to find the information I need. So I always separate my items with a line. All right, and then on Tuesday, it's pretty much the same old, same old. Some dots here showing I wrote this down after I did it. Here's some that I planned ahead. Menu, 365/30 list, and you can see I'm real inconsistent with the these things, the smiley face and the weather. I usually do the weather. I don't always do that. Whatever, I have time for. Not a lot going on here. I probably ran out of time. On Sunday, pretty productive day for a Sunday. I never really know, what we're going to be doing since it's the weekend. And here for the weekly review page, I did not use this as a weekly review. I just used it as a notes page. Sometimes I do a review, sometimes I don't. So then we get to the next week. I started out writing some goals for the week, but I ran out of time, or maybe I just didn't want to. Normally, I use the weekly chart, or this weekly column, for things that I need to do on certain days, but I don't want to write it ahead of time because I like to start the day fresh and blank. So I write any tasks here. But this was such a crazy week that I went ahead and divided the page vertically, put my tasks over here, and my appointments here, because I had some unusual things going on. I always put my menu here. You can see this is pretty weird for me too, and I'll be talking about this more in my What's for Dinner post on Monday. I normally have my week planned out, but this was just, we had some medical things that required special eating. Spending here, this page is usually blank. Okay, we get to Monday. On this day, I had a lot that I planned. I actually got a fair amount done. But I wrote over here, how did I do today? Not awesome. Why? I was unfocused. It took me an hour to unload the dishwasher. I'd go down there and I'd start, and then I'd think of something and I'd go do it, and then I'd come back 20 minutes later and think, oh, I didn't unload the dishwasher. So I'd do it a few more minutes, then I'd be gone again. So after an hour, I finally got it done. So I didn't really get very much done here in the morning. I really did all of this later in the day. I wasn't focused. So I did a little problem solving here. I had so many notes here that I ended up expanding over in this section. We have some medical stuff going on, so I've been taking a lot of notes. Tuesday, I sat down Monday night and I made my plan. And then I promptly knew that it was a bad plan. So I wrote down here, not sure this is a good plan. I wrote that Monday night. And it didn't start out as a good plan, but I did end up doing pretty well. I think I don't know if I overplanned. I'm not exactly sure why I thought that was a bad plan. I had to change my dinner plans here. Oh, and this, Whenever I need to talk to somebody in my family, or whenever I'm going to see them and I have a couple things to talk to them about, I always write it on my page, the day that I'm going to see them. My daughter's over on Thursdays, and so on Thursday, a lot of times I'll have a little list of things I need to tell her, or give her, or ask her. Let's see. On Wednesday, I went back to my blessing, obstacle, and lesson, and I didn't know how this day was going to go. I had the little kids over. I just didn't know. So I wrote a list of things I needed to do over here instead of over here like I usually do. And you can see I was fairly productive. All right, then on Thursday, my husband had a colonoscopy. Plus we had the little kids and we were dropping them off at school. So I wrote a note over here of all the things I needed to do in the morning before we left. Now, I had wanted to get all this stuff ready the night before, but I ran out of time. So in the morning, I opened up my planner and I looked and I made sure that I had each thing done. Took the kids to school, went for the colonoscopy. I didn't really plan too much else because I just didn't know. And then on Friday, today, I woke up without a plan. And I explained this already. Fridays, I'm usually tired and I just don't know what I'm going to do. So this is kind of a hodgepodge here. These things are things that I actually did manage to accomplish this morning. I was very slow moving. I had a long phone call and I just didn't really get moving very fast. So I did get these done. So then at lunchtime, or right before lunch, I sat down and I wrote down, all right, I'm going to have lunch here. We're going out for dinner. My in-laws are coming around 4, so I blocked that out and I went ahead and made time slots so that I could figure out when I was going to get certain things done and how much I could actually do. So you can see I had my lunch, my 1 o'clock time slot was very productive, my 2 o'clock time slot was semi-productive. I did my post and switched the laundry, but that's all I got done. And now it's 3 and I'm not doing these things, I'm doing this video instead. But this did, even though I didn't follow it exactly, it did get me moving and I did get some of the more important things done. Now I also want to show you my Remade weekly chart. You know, if you've watched any of my previous ones, you know that I moved my chart so that it wasn't back here, but I move it every day. I reinforced the edges, clipped the circles, the holes, and then every day I move it so that I can see it at all times. Now, I went ahead and split my weekly chart into 2 sections. These are my dailies, and I typed them in because somehow if they're typed in, they seem more legitimate. So I typed them in so that I can see those, that I need to do those every day. Then I divided it so that the bottom half was my weekly tasks. Now, in the past, I have written them down like this. But then I have all this extra space here, and I ran out of room, so I started writing on the back. So I wanted to use this, and I have tried to use this, but these lines are too dark and it's hard to see what I wrote. So I just went ahead and redid it myself so that I have 2 columns for weekly tasks, and I like that a lot better. So I'm going to be doing that from now on. So that is it for this week. I thank you for watching. And if you would like to see or read any posts about planners, time management, and homemaking, please check out homemakersdaily.com. Thank you for watching. Bye.